Hello wrestling fans, the Wrestling Wizard here and welcome to another video. Now today's video is another fun Bray Wyatt theory video, but this time linking Uncle Howdy because he's a major piece now in this Bray Wyatt storyline, and it's safe to say that Uncle Howdy scared the living daylights out of us on SmackDown. We got this creepy segment where Bray Wyatt was in his rocking chair staring into the abyss, looking at the Bray Wyatt logo, and then out of nowhere this creepy hand just touches Bray's shoulder, and then out of nowhere, bam, turns around and spooks the living daylights out of us. It was the hardest screenshot in the world to get because it was so instant, but very clearly you can see this is the Uncle Howdy, this is the physical version we're going to see moving forward, and it appears like Bray Wyatt and Uncle Howdy are in sync. This is definitely a partnership of some sort, and it's been all but confirmed really that Bo Dallas is playing that, which makes me feel that this storyline has been set out in the lyrics of Bray's theme all along. I am the ghost in the machine. I truly believe that Bray is Uncle Howdy in the sense of his darkest thoughts, his urges, his triggers that he sometimes gets to do horrible things and not feel bad for them via those flashes he gets from Uncle Howdy in his mind. I mean, after all, go back to that segment when the production member interrupted Bray and he went all psycho and he was getting these flashes, these urges, and very clearly we could see the ghost version of Uncle Howdy in Bray's mind, the darkest thoughts. Now, Bray has lied several times because Uncle Howdy in his mind knows that he's a liar. He's contradicted himself so many times, saying I'm not Uncle Howdy, and then mandible clawing a cameraman because he felt bad for it, and now recently says I'm the Eater of Worlds, I'm Uncle Howdy, I'm him. We're assuming the character we saw at the Royal Rumble. So we know that Bray, we know he's a liar. We know he has psychological issues. We can't trust him in any shape or form. And now it seems like he's in partnership with Uncle Howdy. So you probably think, well, how can Bray be Uncle Howdy if we've seen Uncle Howdy? Now think also what the lyrics say. Die for me, brother. Love one another. Lie for me, brother. Use me for cover. Is this the real life brother of Bray Wyatt, Bo Dallas, playing Uncle Howdy for Bray Wyatt? Was the sister Abigail that he hit on Bray Wyatt all part of the plan, all part of the deception, if you like? We've seen multiple attacks on LA Knight with Uncle Howdy masks on, which brings up a really interesting theory. What if, once you put the Uncle Howdy mask on, now, let's not blur the lines between Uncle Howdy, the ghost of the man who sold the world in Bray's mind, and the physical version for this second, right? But we saw Bray, when he returned at Extreme Rules, wearing the Uncle Howdy mask. We didn't know it was that at the time, but he wore that mask and then took it off, and it took several months, but he transitioned, reveled in who he truly was, and embraced the darkness fully due to the physical influence of Uncle Howdy, of course with the sister Abigail and so on and so forth. And as soon as he embraced the darkness, Howdy left him to it, really, let him be, and now he's in partnership, of course, with Bray Wyatt. And so we know Bray Wyatt has these dark urges, but what if, once you put the mask on, that changes your alter egos, if you like, that can accentuate your darker side? Now, there is three people we've seen actually wear the Uncle Howdy mask. Uncle Howdy himself, when he revealed himself as the ghost of the man who sold the world, he took off that Uncle Howdy mask, right? To reveal that physical version later on of Uncle Howdy, played by Bo Dallas, we assume, yeah? Bray Wyatt. And of course, LA Knight was forced to put on the Uncle Howdy mask. Now, I'm interested to see what happens with LA Knight moving forward. Now, Bray Wyatt did have and wrestle in a dark match on this week's episode of SmackDown against LA Knight in a street fight kind of thing, right? I thought it was interesting that he also seems to have the choke slam in his moveset now as well, which is, we'll get into that in another topic. But again, what happens to LA Knight moving forward? If you go back a few weeks, Alexa Bliss was haunted by the Uncle Howdy masks, the fans in attendance, those two fans wearing the mask. Now, what happens when Alexa Bliss potentially wears the Uncle Howdy mask? Is that the full transition? We've seen Alexa Bliss try to embrace the darkness, but without Howdy, she's not as powerful. And so what happens when she puts that mask on? Will that then change, unlock more to this, potentially? Now, I'd love Asuka to be involved in this in some way. She's one, of course, a person that wears a mask and takes that mask off. What happens if she was to put on the Uncle Howdy mask? Again, I'm in dreamland here. I'd love her to be part of all this, but I don't think she will be. Of course, will The Fiend be involved moving forward? You've got to think so if this is linked in with Alexa Bliss. And I know Bray Wyatt said The Fiend's dead, but remember, Bray Wyatt has been a liar and has lied throughout this whole entire storyline. I think this is all a setup with him and his brother. And I can genuinely see them recruiting people as they go. As I said in my video a couple of days ago, it very much seemed when Bray Wyatt interacted with LA Knight the first time that he wasn't really like against him massively, was it? It almost seemed in a way he was trying to recruit him, potentially. Like, what is going on? This is so unpredictable, but I definitely think there's a lot of hidden meanings between wearing the mask, the Uncle Howdy mask, and then what happens afterwards, the aftermath of wearing that and how that affects you physically and as a character moving forward. After all, you know, The Fiend did change people, didn't he? You know, back in the day when The Fiend was that big hit, like, he did influence people. But what happens, like, with this Uncle Howdy mask? Like, what effect does that have? We'll have to wait and see. It's just a thought. It's just a theory. As always, get down in the comment section. Share your thoughts and opinions. But I definitely feel like there's more to this. And now, of course, there's been links as well to Vincent and Dutch as well. Now, we did see multiple people in Uncle Howdy masks attack LA Knight. So what if it's revealed later on that there are actually multiple people involved in all of this? Also, do you find it really interesting that Bray Wyatt ignored the Firefly Funhouse puppets on his entrance at the Royal Rumble? Didn't even acknowledge them. How does this link in with the Firefly Funhouse characters as well? We'll have to wait and see. Thank you so much for watching the video. As always, be really appreciative if you could like the video, share the video, and even better, subscribe if you're new, and we'll catch you in the next one.